Today I want to share my story.
Hi, this is Pastor LaToya White on this Thursday, Hers Day. Love and share this video and like and subscribe to our page.
Well, are you ashamed of the gospel of Jesus Christ? One way we can be ashamed is ashamed of our past. So my story is, I actually grew up in the church, but I did not always serve God. I did not always live my life for the Lord. And there was a moment in my life where I started to develop my own relationship with God and have my own personal encounters with the Lord through my own private time with God. That is much different than just going to church. Growing up in the church, it's easy to become religious because there's this ability to kind of skate by without having a true relationship with God. You see what I'm saying? And if a person isn't careful, as they become an adult, they start to live a life of lies. So what do I mean by living a life of lies? See, the word says to not be ashamed of the gospel of Jesus Christ, because it is the power unto salvation. It is the power of God that transforms us from the inside out. I allowed the power of God to transform me from the inside out. When you embrace the truth of your story, that's where your testimony comes from. Okay, that's where the power in your testimony comes from. One of the things that I used to pray, and I still pray, is God, help me to live a life of truth and not a life of lies. Because I did not want to be self-deceived. I didn't want to be deceived about myself. And one of the areas I did not want to be deceived about is overcoming the trauma and the issues in my past before I started living for the Lord. And a lot of times, a lot of people don't ever really get to that point where they are living the truth about their life before they started living for God. And once you grab a hold of that, there's power in that transformation. And then you can see God in your past. You can see how God was with you through certain seasons and trials and tribulations and traumas in your life. But you cannot see that if you don't embrace the truth of it. You have to despise the shame and decide to not live revisionist history. That's where an imposter syndrome can come in, because it's not real, and it's not the real, authentic version of yourself, the full scope of yourself. See, the things I went through in my past, I learned from them. I took accountability for the things I did, and I seen people for who they are. But you cannot do that if you don't embrace the fullness and are able to see God. Okay? If you are ashamed, the devil will always beat you over the head. If you are ashamed, people will always come along and remind you of what you used to do. If you are ashamed, you don't have power over your story. Someone else has power over your story. If you are ashamed, you will not be able to be bold, and it's because you are not embracing your righteousness and understanding that you are the righteousness of God in Christ Jesus. You have to despise the shame, and how you despise the shame is through truth with yourself and understanding that your past is under the blood. Your story can be used to deliver and encourage someone else. This is where my passion comes from for deliverance, where my passion comes from for women to be empowered It comes from my heart. It is real. No one gave it to me. I fought to get it through prayer and through fasting and through sacrificing and through obedience. I fought to get it when other people were out having lunch. I was fasting. When other people were out having fun on their breaks, I was in the car praying and declaring and writing prayer declarations. I sacrificed to get it. I went through my own course of deliverance and prayer to get the passion that I have and the call of God that I have on my life to deliver and to set people free. There is power in your story and in your testimony, but only if you allow the power of God to transform you and to come in and deliver you from the inside out.
This is Pastor LaToya White, and I hope this video encouraged you today. Don't forget to love and share and subscribe to our page.